Hello, how you doing? I definitely owe everybody an apology for being MIA, and I'm sorry also if my screen is crooked. A lot has went on since the last time I saw everybody. I'm just going to do a get ready with you and explain what all has been happening lately with me. So I'm just going to be the bearer of crappy news. I am real quick putting on some Yensa serum foundation or whatever. But yeah, last time I talked to you, I was unboxing a FabFitFun box, and I was telling you that I was getting a coiling stent for my giant stupid aneurysm. Well, they went in, I believe it was April 21st to do that, and they started the surgery, and they had to abort it as they got the catheter in my wrist here. There's that little scar right there, and they had to abort it because my they got my blood test back as I was doing that. They were doing that, and my or they did I don't know if they got them back or something from that morning, or they were checking them or something. I don't freaking know, because I was out, you know. And my hemoglobin had dropped to a 6, which is very dangerous. I could have died on the table because of it. So they had to stop, wake me up, and do an emergency blood transfusion. Due to that, they found I was bleeding internally somewhere. So they did an emergency CAT scan of my chest and my abdomen. And with that, they found that I had massive lesions, tumors, in my spleen. Who has that, right? Who has problems with their spleen? Not many people. Oh yeah, I have spleen tumors. I'm sure some people do, but you know, it's not very, what do you call it? Common. Anyways, and I had nodules on my lungs and some scar tissue, come to find out from asbestos poisoning. Imagine that. I was in commercial construction for most of my life before I had to medically retire from it. But anyways, regardless, I have nodules. Oh, they're small. Whatevers. Not sure what they are. But they were pretty sure that those were benign. So they set me up with a CAT scan in September just to keep an eye on those, but the spleen is what they were really worried about. So I stayed in the hospital for a few days, and they were really worried about the bleeding. They're like, okay, is that from the spleen? Where is that? They were trying to set me up with a gastrointestinologist and all this other stuff. They did another situation with my brain to see if that was bleeding. Didn't seem to be bleeding. So they had to stop that. Well, they set me up with a general surgeon because they wanted to, they were going to probably do a splenectomy, but they had to figure out what these tumors were. And the general surgeon was like, okay, well, we have to make sure it's not like lymphoma or something, but I'll probably be just doing a splenectomy, which means taking the spleen out, and we'll be done with it. But we just have to make sure that it's nothing, you know, too crazy. It's probably just benign, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no problem. So we waited on that. They had to do a biopsy. That was fun because when they went to do the biopsy, what happened with that? Why? I think it was my hemoglobin again was low, because through all this, my platelets were high, my blood was just really off. They never could get my hemoglobin right, nor my red blood cells or all this other stuff. My blood had just been really off and nothing could, bring it back up, and they're worried about this and that, but oh, we'll worry about this later, da 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 da. So they could not put me under anesthesia for the horrible biopsy that they had to do. So I was wide awake, had no anesthesia except for a little lidocaine shot that they gave me on, just on the skin, which sucked. And the whole time the doctor's like, oh, you're doing great. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, you're doing great. And I'm like, and she did like 10 to 12 punctures because she wanted to get it real good. She did. And then I had to wait. I had to wait like a week. And the doctor at the time, the general surgeon, he told me a few times that he was just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like lymphoma or something. But he didn't tell me much. And the CT scan didn't, because, I'm in the patient portal situation, and so I could see my CT scan. And it didn't really tell me much. It just said basically that an MRI or ultrasound or anything like that would not do it, would not tell us anything. It had to be a biopsy to tell us anything, which is strange because I was reading up and doing some research. Most people get an MRI or something after the CT scan to give them some more information. Most of the time with the spleen, because it's so dangerous for bleeding and stuff, that they don't do a biopsy for the spleen. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. They just went straight to the spleen, Well, come to find out. Okay, where was I? Anyways, I got all this new makeup that I wanted to try before I move on. I've got this. This isn't new makeup. It's just like new makeup to me. And it's, I got that in my BoxyCharm or something. I've got some Huda, whatever, beauty. Some blush. I put this is what I used on my eyebrows. The one size. It's rusty brown. No, I didn't use that. I used the Huda, this right here. And I loved it. It was, what color is it? Rich brown. Freaking loved it. Loved it. Anyways, I just put some of this Yensa concealer on. I need to put a little bit more on. But anyway, back to where I was. And my batteries are not charging correctly on my, I've got 3 of them and none of them are charging right. I don't know why. So I have to keep changing them out. But anyway, where was I? So my, what do you call it? My biopsies came back. Okay, remember, all this stuff happened since the beginning of the year. I had that crazy status epilepticus seizure that I had to be intubated and on all that crap. And then they found that huge freaking over 1.5 inch size aneurysm in my brain that I'm still trying to get brain surgery for before it pops and I die. And then I find out I have primary splenic diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, which is non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it is a GNB or GNC or something. GNC. GCB, I don't know, whatever type it is. But it is so rare, only 1% of people get it because it's a primary splenic. Yes, lymphoma, like 40% of people that get cancer get lymphoma. This type of lymphoma, I think, I'm not really sure. Or it's just regular lymphoma, I don't know. But the fact that it's primary splenic, it's not marginal zone splenic or whatever other splenic ones, it's called primary splenic. The only place that this is is in my spleen. It's not in my lymph nodes. It's not, it started in my lymph nodes and then spread to my spleen. No, it is only in my spleen. When they did my PET scan, it's not in my liver. It's not in any lymph nodes. It's nowhere but my spleen. Strange, right? Very strange. Actually, it is only 1% of people have this problem. So why I have it, how I have it, they have no idea. I mean, how many people say, yeah, I have cancer of the spleen? How many people? Nobody. I mean, well, 1% of people do. But it's just very rare. And at my age, definitely rare. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But so anyways, that was a kick in the dick, you know what I mean? On top of everything, then I'm like, seriously? I don't feel like I have cancer. Before the biopsy came back, I'm like, it's not cancer. There's no freaking way. I don't feel like I have cancer. So I was not worried about it in the least. I still don't feel like I have cancer. And I have already started chemo. I had my first infusion about 4 days ago, I think it's been. And the regimen is called RCHOP. It is one of the strongest regimens out there because the type of cancer I have is it's called diffuse. No, not diffuse. Well, it is diffuse, but it's also diffuse disease, or what is it? It's very aggressive anyways. It's very aggressive. Like, my tumors grew more than 1.5 inches in less than a month. Like, I must have not had this very long at all. They're growing out of control very fast. What is that called? It's not diffuse because that's obviously in the title of the stuff. It's what in the world? Oh, bulky disease. So within the title somewhere, it's they grade it. It's like grade 3B. And then they say it's stage 1 to 2 bulky disease. And it can only be stage 1 to 2 because it's not anywhere but my spleen. If it were to have spread all over my body, this and that, it could be, more than just that. But that's how they stage it, is how many places in your body it is, basically something to do with that. But the fact that it's a bulky disease means it's very aggressive and it's growing very fast. Something like that. So that is not good. Could it break off from my spleen, the tumors, and go other places? Absolutely. And lymphoma is a blood disease, so there is cancer cells going through my blood. I don't understand it 100% because I'm not a doctor, but I guess maybe the cancer cells just haven't stuck other places to where they've grown a tumor. I don't know how that works. I just know it's in my blood. The cells are, but the tumors are just in my spleen. And my spleen is huge. I do have splenomegaly, which makes my spleen so big that my ribs get stuck on it, and it gurgles and stuff. It's not like my stomach. It's not my bowels or anything. It's my spleen, and it makes these weird feelings and noises, and my ribs literally get stuck in it, and it's very odd, and it hurts a lot. But it's okay. And the chemo, I have 3 different chemo medicines. I have a they call it a targeted immune medication. And then I have a really good steroid that they mix with it. But I will lose all my hair. This is the last time you will see me with this hair. It will be gone probably. Well, I'm going to shave it within a few days because it will start falling out within a week. The doctor said, I will 100% lose my hair. The chemo, one of the chemo medicines called the Red Devil, that's what they call it, will make all of it. And there's other medicines that will make it fall out, but that one will make it 100%. Every part of my body will lose all its hair, or all my hair. But I've got wigs, I've got cool little cute hats. I've come to terms with the fact that I will be bald for quite a while, long time. It is what it is, you know. Life is more important than some hair, and I'm okay with it. I mean, like I said, I did okay with the first regimen, and like she said, a lot of people say that, but after the third and sixth cycle, they're not always saying that, and I understand that. This is where they put it in, that part of my IV. And then, okay, my battery's gonna die, so I'm gonna tell you another story here in a minute. I gotta shut this off. I'm back. I don't know where I left off, because, you know, my batteries keep dying. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, I'll tell you about some, I did have some symptoms that I didn't realize about the lymphoma, because they're so, I don't want to say normal symptoms, but they're so kind of everyday symptoms that most people just wouldn't realize, at least people like me that have other health problems all the time. And that's why a lot of times when people find out they have lymphoma, they're at a stage 3 or 4, and it's late in the game, you know what I'm saying? And I will tell you what chemo, at least my first chemo, felt like, and some of these symptoms or whatever things that I've felt since then. Like I said, I'm doing good. I don't feel like I have cancer, but there are some things that I've noticed. But I'll do that in another video. But I just took this out of the box. Anyways, like I said, this is not new, but it's new to me. So I'm going to try this today. I think it's really pretty. I think I'm going to do these right here. So we're going to swatch them real quick. They don't feel real great. I mean, they're kind of rough, to be honest with you. That's what they look like. They're pretty, though. I do have another story for you. Of course I do, right? The day after I get home from chemo. Oh, Lisa. I take a nap at some point, you know, in the day. And I get up and I'm like, you know what? Get your ass up, Lisa. You got to get out of bed. You gotta, you know, not stay in bed, because they say, yes, get your rest, but don't just say, oh, I need rest. I have to sleep all day, this and that. No, you got to get up. You got to move, you know? So that's what I was trying to do. I wanted to get up and move. So I was trying to. Well, my bright idea was my wonderful man bought me a couple, sorry, I was looking down this whole time, real human hair wigs for me. And so these ones had clips in them, okay? Hair clips or whatever. And you don't really want them, from what I heard, because well, you don't have any hair to clip them in anyways. But I guess your scalp gets really sensitive. So I'm just putting in this, using this. It looks like, to me right here, it looks purple or something, but it's more like a neutral something, I don't know. But anyways, they say that your scalp gets pretty tender. You know, you're like a tenderhead. So anyways, I don't need the clips in there, right? So I've watched a lot of, because yes, I am all about hair extensions. I don't have any in. This is my This is my naked hair. This is obviously the last time you're going to see my real brows, my real lashes, hair, everything, whatever. It kind of looks greasy, but I just washed it. It's just, I'm already screwing up putting hair product in it. But anyway, so I've got these real sharp, small sewing scissors, right? Digging in there, I'm getting a little, seams out and everything. Think I'm doing real good, real good. Well, wasn't doing as good as I thought. Next thing you know, and I'm going to spare you the pictures and even showing you what I did. I'm going to spare you that because some people, it's a shock, and some people don't even want to hear what I did. And I'm not going to tell you what I did because it's not good. I'll just show you this. I'm not going to show you anything. Don't freak out. Let's just say I had to redo this. I'm going to show you a little bruise I have right there. See this bruise right here? Let's just say the scissors went in here at my knuckle and they came down to here. I had to pull them out. Wasn't good. Wouldn't stop bleeding. And my man was downstairs on his computer. And I texted him after I tried to clean up all the blood and everything. And I was trying to wrap my finger and get it under control. And I was afraid I hit an artery. Like, it was bad, 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 bad. And once I realized, I kept looking at it and fat and everything's hanging out. And it was just wide open. Everything was everywhere. And oh yeah, and by the way, my tooth still isn't fixed, so it's all chipped and it looks like shit, so I'm sorry about that. I'm still embarrassed about it. But anyway, someday that'll get fixed. Probably after my brain and my cancer's fixed. But anyway, I texted him and I'm like, well, honey, please don't be mad. But I really need you to run up to Rite Aid and grab a bunch of butterfly bandages. I made a boo-boo. Or I had a boo-boo, something like that. And he comes back, he said, what did you do? I said, I was trying to fix my wig and I had an accident. God, yes, I did have an accident. Oh, Lord, did I have an accident. And he comes upstairs and he's not a jerk or anything. He wasn't like mad, like, oh, I'm going to kick your ass, in one of those things or anything. But he's like, he's seen I had it all wrapped up and there's just blood all over the place. He's like, let me see. So I unwrapped it and he goes, yep, you got to go in. I was like, oh no, you can't just fix it like you fixed my leg, because I had my leg like practically torn off. I swear to God, it was horrible. It wasn't torn off, but it was like, let's just say we don't want to talk about it. I mean, it's I got a scar like this, I swear to God, and the scar is probably about that wide, if not wider. But anyway, he fixed it. But he says, yeah, you got to go in, and it was just gushing still. So we went in and got it all taken care of. And then tonight, I don't know how I did this, but kind of, nobody knows, but it kind of ripped open again a little bit. Started bleeding again. I was like, oh no, he's going to be mad. He's going to say, how did you do that? We're supposed to get it wet. But I swear she said 24 hours I couldn't take a shower. I don't think she said 48, but I wrapped it up anyways in like plastic wrap, and I, like taped it up and everything. I thought I did really good. I guess not. So it started bleeding again, and I kind of looked at it and it kind of ripped open and just like in the middle a little bit. And so I just real tightly tried to fix it. And so I did this to it. I can't move it. I haven't seen any blood like come through or anything. So I think I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? I just have the worst luck when it comes to stuff. I don't know. But you know, the way I see it, it's like, I think if I was like healthy and had just a great, healthy life, and whether it was self-inflicted unhealthiness, if you know what I'm trying to say here, or just bad, unhealthy diseases, and not diseases like STDs or anything like that. I'm saying like genetic wise and things like that. I think if I was just a really healthy person, which I'm not, unfortunately, I've had to medically retire early because of just unfortunate problems. Like I said, some things were self-inflicted, some things were just, I was born this way. But anyway, I think if I was always really healthy, I think this, it would be harder for me to get through this, probably, because it would hit me like a ton of bricks, like, oh gosh, you know, how am I going to get through this? And it would just be so hard. But because I've always been going through something, it seems like, health-wise, this is just my theory. I think it's going to be not as hard because, you know, I've always been having to go through something. And this is just another bullshit step that I got to go through, I guess. I don't know. That's just my theory. Hopefully it's right. I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? Anybody have any, what do you call, like, experience in this kind of situation? Because I mean, I do and I don't. I don't have any experience in the cancer situation, but I do have experience in the tons of health problem situation, you know? I don't know. So far, so good, though. But I've got a long road ahead of me. They say that I mean, I hate being negative, though. I don't even want to say, like, the statistics and everything like that, because I don't feel like that I'm going to be a statistic. Does that make sense? Okay, real quick. Let's do... do you like that? Does that look pretty? I'm not going to put on lashes. I am going to use, this, oh my God. Okay, I am going to use, what a night. This Too Faced Better Than Sex Foreplay. It is a primer, and I think it works pretty well from what I've used of it. This just goes on black, and it's pretty okay. But to take a break real quick on the other shit, I got my pool up. Well, my pool is already up, but I opened it up from the winter because we live in northern Michigan, and some people take their entire pools down and then they put them back up. Well, I wasn't going to deal with that shit, so I just closed my pool up for the winter, and then we opened it back up. But we had a little bit of leaves in there and some like dirty silt on the bottom. So I needed a new. I did need a new pump, but more than that, I wanted a new pump, like filter pump or whatever. So we got a new one, got that running, and then we vacuumed it today. It's already starting to look clear as hell. I'm so excited. This right now is my new go-to mascara. I'm telling you, freaking love it. It is the Rodeo Double XL mascara. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm going to show you why right now. Love it. Hello? Hello? It's like my door opened or shut or something. I'm not real sure. The reason why I go to the side is because I have a mirror over here. But, anyways, that was weird. But we live across the street, basically, well, kitty corner kind of, from a huge cemetery. So every now and then, we get passerbys, not to mention all the dead folk that we know and that have came and went through our lives. So sometimes you just get that, you know what I mean? It just happens. Or, when my man was in here, he didn't shut the door all the way. But usually, the door opens instead of shuts, but I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Okay, that's just the first time. See a difference? I don't know, but when I look at it, I really see a difference. I just love it. I mean, sometimes it goes on a little thick, but as long as you don't overdo it, you won't have spider eyes. But it does thicken your lashes. Oh, son of a bitch. And you won't, you might do that. And you won't, they don't really fall, I don't think, as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, what is going on? See what cancer does to you? I'm just kidding. Honestly, I just make jokes about it all the time. Some people would probably find it inappropriate, but that's how I deal with it, I guess. But anyways, I think they lift and they don't separate the best, but it lifts and thickens them, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Son of a gun. I have not put on makeup though, I won't lie. Probably, I don't know, it's been a little bit. Not since the last time I did a video by any means, but it's been a little bit. I haven't had my nails done because I was afraid that if I did my nails that would mess with the pulse ox thing in the hospital. Because we have been going, now granted the hospital is 2.5 to 3 hours away, and between all the tests and everything else like that, we are down there, oh my god, I can't even tell you, all the flippin' time. I have so many stupid appointments. I mean, and they want me there all the time. Blood work here, blood work there. I mean, I even had a stupid chemo education class, for God's sakes. Really? Really? Now, do you see that? I think they look really pretty. I don't know how they look on camera, but I like them. Okay, back to where we were. I don't really know where we were, honestly. I think I was putting some blush on. And I liked the, you know, the blush. I'm just going to try the middle, this one right here. The, what do you call it? Powder. I know, I have like, my brain is shot all this shit. Huh. I like that. That's pretty. It's real pretty. I don't usually start right there. I don't know why. Never start your blush right here unless you really like rosy apple cheeks, but not so much me. Now, I'm not going to use the pink highlighter because I'm not much of a pink highlighter kind of girl. So I'm just going to use, I think, I mean, I don't really need a highlighter, but I think I'm just going to go in with this, you know, a little bit of, ooh, a little bit of icy. I don't even know what that is, but holy smoky dogs. I'm going to have to comment down. Might as well went in with it, right? Jeez, oh Pete. Take my little brushy, or whatever this is called, beauty blender. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I never put it on the tip of my nose because I have a wide nose, and that will make it look wider, to be honest with you. So you wide nose girls like me don't want to do that. Do not want to do that because it's just going to accentuate it more. Yeah, so anyway, anyways, that is my story for today. I'm going to not ignore you guys. Not that I'm trying to ignore you guys, but I'm not going to leave you in the dark anymore. I just been through a lot, and it's been tough. It's been real tough. Not knowing what tomorrow's going to bring every day, but now I'm on a road to, I don't want to say recovery, but in a way recovery, and on a road to knowing where I'm headed and knowing where I'm going and knowing where I want to go. And yes, my man has been horrible at trying to document anything at all. I do have some pictures that I will try and post at the end here of me in the hospital getting my first chemo treatment. There's only a few pictures, but I will throw them up there for you. And it's just getting started. So I looked like shit, but totally fine. It was just them putting the IVs in and putting some of the chemo bags up. And I'll even maybe throw one of my pictures of my man up there. He looks a little silly because he was looking like craziness that day too, but we had to get up and leave. We had to be up at 2:30 in the morning and leave at 4 in the morning so we could be there at 7 in the morning or 7:30 or whatever it was we got there. So it was a rough day. We didn't get home till I don't even know what time, probably 8 o'clock at night or something. It was crazy. So anyways, I do love you all, and I will see you soon. Happy trails, I guess. I don't know. Keep me in mind. And like I said, next time, this will not be here. That will not be here. That will not be here. But I will try and make it look like it all is. But we'll see. I'm shaving my head in a few days. It's going to be all G.I. Janed. Wish me luck. All right. Take care. Peace. Bye.